Hello again, everybody. Jason, aka Jester here. Today we're going to be doing some grilling. I bought some Kansas City strips, and I was thinking about that actually today because it was listed as a New York strip at the store, but I live in Kansas City or near to Kansas City. It got me to wondering if anybody has a different name for these. I've heard New York strip, obviously, Kansas City strip. I've also heard Sunset strip. It was just brought up a couple of days ago, and I assume that's somewhere out in the West Coast, but you never can tell. So leave me a comment. Let me know if you guys know it as something else, but it's basically the loin. That's what it's going to look like right there. Really nice cut of meat, very desirable. And if you're like I am, the household doesn't like everything at the same temperature, and I do try to cook the temperature for everybody. So I have one person here that likes it about medium well, I have one person that likes it about medium, and a couple of us like it medium rare. So I'm going to show you how to kind of time that and how you can tell where everything's at just by looking at it in this video today. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this Kansas City strip at an angle, about a 45-degree angle, right on that grill. All right, now what I did to get this warm was I put a really high heat to get it warmed up so that those grill grates were nice and hot. We're going to get good sear marks. And then I backed it down because it just gets a little too warm in there. You know, 500-600, these gas grills are very, very efficient. We're going to season this today with just a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning. You're going to get a lot of argument on this one. A lot of people like just salt and pepper. I really like the Montreal. I just like the extra stuff that's got in it. They also make a spicy version that's really good. It adds crushed red pepper to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this one go for about 4 or 5 minutes on this side. Once we flip that over, we're probably going to go ahead and drop the medium one. And then we're also going to be making some asparagus for you today. So we'll probably drop that about the same time that we drop, probably the medium rare steaks. So it should be pretty close to done all at the same time. This is going to be like our timing thing. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll come back and show you guys the medium drop when I flip over this medium well one. And like I said, it's going to be about 4 or 5 minutes. Alrighty guys, we are back. We're getting ready to flip over that first steak. That's going to be our medium well. And then we're going to add the medium. Now, there's a couple schools of thought on how people turn stuff. Some people will turn it about 90 degrees. That's not how I do it. I don't like to cook one side at a time. I like to cook evenly. I'm not saying they're wrong. So what I do is I just turn it straight over and it's still at that 45-degree angle. Now I know it's on the second turn. We're going to keep that going for about the same 4 or 5 or 6 minutes. At the same time, we're now going to add our medium steak. This one looks to be a little thinner, so I may turn it just a little faster, but you see I did exactly the same thing where it's at that 45-degree angle. So we're going to get those really nice diamond check marks. And I would say that between temperatures, there's probably a 4 or 5 minute gap for each thing that you want to do, which is why you know when you be at that first turn, I know based on these lines here, that is on its first turn. So then I'm going to know when I turn it the other way, that it's on its third turn because it's the only one that's going to be going that direction. So it's real easy to keep track of what you got going and which one's which. And you can't really do that when you cook one side at a time. There's going to be argument on that. I'm not saying they're necessarily wrong, but they're kind of wrong. I also feel like this cooks way more even. So just take that under advisement. We're going to go ahead and let that one go for another 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll be back to put on the medium rares and the asparagus. And here we go with the asparagus. This is very, very simple. This stuff's not super expensive, usually about $1 or something a pound. I think I paid $1.20 for this bundle. It's going to be just fine. What I'm going to use on this today is a little sesame oil. You can use regular cooking oil. You can use sunflower oil. They all work pretty good. All I'm going to do is dap these just a little bit. And that's just going to help them cook. And then once they're on the grill, I'm going to hit them with a little salt and pepper. So I'm actually going to move you guys just a little bit here where you can see what we're going to do on the grill. Aim that up just a hair. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix that around a little bit. And of course, when you're dropping something like this on the grill, you want to go against the grain. You don't want them falling through. I'm just going to lay them right in here. They all got just a little bit of oil on them. Like I said, all that's going to do is warm up, kind of help it cook. You don't want these to be mushy. You want them what's considered al dente, which is firm to the tooth. Overcooked, they get really, really mushy. So definitely be kind of careful with that. Just set that down, and we're going to take just a little bit of straight salt and just sprinkle. And we're going to take just a little bit of basic black pepper and sprinkle. I'm not going to over season these. Pepper doesn't want to stick too well, but I'm not going to over season them. And they're going to be delicious off the grill. These are always a hit here. So you can branch out with these. I've actually done grilled green beans before, and they were delicious. I'm going to show down the road somewhere. I'm going to show you my favorite green bean. But as far as asparagus goes, this is the best way I've ever found to actually cook it. You could do it in a saute pan, and it's fine. But by the time we're all said and done, we're going to get some char marks. And I'm actually going to turn up this side just a little bit to get that on a little higher heat, that side, a little open flame. Because I definitely want to get that just a hair charry before it gets too done. So we'll be back here in a minute, and we're going to continue to show you what everything looks like as it goes. Okay, here we are back. I'm going to do this live. No trickery here whatsoever. I'm going to show you this is the medium well. As you can see, that is just a hair maybe over medium well, but not by a lot. It's still got just a little pink to it. And descriptions of steaks are going to vary depending on where you go. Let me grab the medium here. And it's got a little more pink to it, which is what the person in the house likes, maybe just a hair over medium, but that's exactly how they like it. Now I'm going to pull this one right off the grill. And this is going to be our mid-rare. And obviously this one cooked a lot less. And there you have it. That is real nice and medium rare. Nobody's going to complain about that. A nice cool center. Again, it kind of depends on where you grew up and how you know things as to what temperature is what. And if you go to a steakhouse, everybody's going to be just a little bit different what they consider to be medium or medium rare. And you kind of have to just deal with it. I also wanted to show you that our asparagus came out fabulous. It's got those nice little char marks to it. And it's just the right cookedness. Like there's just a little bit of give. It's not gooey. It's going to be perfect with these steaks. So again, like I said in the beginning of the video, guys, just let me know how you learned this, the KC strips. I'm really curious about this. I'm assuming most of you know it as a New York strip, unless you live here in Kansas City, which is kind of a beef capital of the world. But I'm pretty sure New York's going to be the most popular. If you're in England, I think they call it the King strip over there. So that could be kind of fun to get some international flair. But let me know, and you know, I hope you guys appreciate this one. I'm going to do a little more grilling stuff. What the funny part is I just realized I've been using this product I have here. It's a Blackstone flat top. I've been using it as nothing but a prep table. So maybe this weekend we'll do something on the the Blackstone flat top. Maybe some fried rice or something like that. It's not necessarily smoked or grilled food, but it's kind of showcase another piece of equipment that's sitting around here. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. We will be seeing you probably this next weekend. Please be safe. Have a great week.